Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, wherever and whenever you are tuning in from. I'm so glad you're here. Welcome. My name is Kiki Tyler. This is Coaching Over Cacao. Had a couple technical difficulties this morning. I was determined to work around the new Facebook rule and figure out a way to connect StreamYard in the back door so I can see all of your lovely comments and posts. So I have so much to be grateful for, and I'm really excited to share. So Lionsgate Portal was amazing. Wanted to check in. How's everybody feeling and doing after all of that? I know it can be a little crazy. I know my sleep schedule kind of got turned around, so staying up until like 2 a.m., not on purpose, and then having to take a nap during the day, but it was like my days and nights wanted to be switched or flipped. I was like, no. So, but yeah, worked on manifesting, calling in abundance, and just really setting into the right people to show up for my message to hit the right folks. And I am in so much gratitude. We hit 700 members in this beautiful community. So hello, welcome. I know we have a lot of new beautiful faces, beautiful souls, amazing energy, amazing gifts. So thank you for being here. Thank you for joining this community. I believe we are stronger together. So if you haven't already, drop an intro post. If you have questions, drop it in the group, send me a DM. We want to hear from you. We want to hear about your business and how you create magic and what your medicine is in the world. So last night we had an amazing Celtic healing portal, and all the right folks showed up. And I love hosting these monthly, and the synchronicity of everyone showing up and not really knowing each other. And we all come together in this beautiful space to talk about what we want and then to receive. So it's not an energy share. Everyone sets intentions. And last night we talked about one specific area or item or concept idea that we wanted to call in more abundance in that area in our life, right? It's not always about money. And from there, we set intentions of also what may have been blocking us or what we needed to release. And it was just really beautiful and honored to hold space for those vulnerable shares. So next one is September 10th. So I'd love to have you if you feel called to join us. There's a beautiful space for you to receive what you seek to receive, release what you want to release. And healers need healing too. And I know firsthand that I often put myself on the back burner when it comes to healing sessions and refilling my cup and giving myself that space. So Celtic Reiki is something I'm extremely passionate about. I work with daily a area at home in the trees, and wanted to share a little bit about how the trees joined my marketing team. So have my cacao with lots of ice. It's a little toasty here. Yeah, grab your coffee, grab your tea. Celtic Reiki connects with a variety of what I call the power trees. And I'd always felt at home in nature and had this calming presence, and animals seemed to be drawn to me. So whenever I'm out on paths, like deers would walk right up to me. I'd have chipmunks running alongside me, tons of birds everywhere. And then I started working more and more with the trees as I was attuned to them with Celtic Reiki. And I love my midday walks, like get out of the house, get out in the sunshine, you're moving, it's energy and motion. And it's different when you're out in nature than if you're just moving. Because I love to dance, I love to walk, run, lift, move. So the movement is there, which is great. But clearing your head and giving yourself that calm space and environment is key. So I've been working with the trees in my daily practice and in working and blending with the Akashic records. I have two tree guides, Grandmother Willow and Sister Birch, and they come with me into the records. They join me for healing sessions. They help hold space. They often come in for my clients as well, depending on what they need. So felt really strongly connected to them. I've had them in my backyard growing up. They remind me of my grandmother. who has transitioned, and she is actually on my spirit team as well. So out walking in nature, and you pose a question, and I was like, what do I want to talk about? What do my people need to hear? How can I help them? What can I create that's going to make an impact for them? And then all these things just kind of rolling around in my head. And I'm out in nature and I'm looking out. And I'm like, I wonder if the trees can help. So I just started talking to them in my head, my third eye, just connecting with their different auras, and started to get these downloads. Connect this, just hooks and copy ideas and metaphors. I was like, okay, this is really cool. So I came back and started putting out content, because I feel like it ebbs and flows, right? You're going to have periods of amazing creativity and you feel like you're connected to your muse. And then you have what I call the blinking cursor syndrome, where you sit here and the cursor is just blinking back at you on the screen. And you're like, what am I going to talk about today? So when I hit those walls now, I pop out, and thankfully I have a couple trees in the backyard as well. And I sit by them and I just sit in silence, ask to connect to their energy, pose some of the questions, and I get answers. So do you talk to trees? Have you tried this? And I'd love to hear your feedback on that. Different trees have different frequencies, different energies, different feels, and I found them all to be uniquely helpful in their own way, depending on what I need in that moment. Like I have a lot of ivy in the backyard, and that is helpful for pulling you in the right direction and helping you stay on your path. So I work with that as well, especially when I feel like there's a lot of chaos, do a brain dump and organize things, because we can see it, right? We can see the future. We can see our vision for ourselves, our business, our family, our abundant life. And then we want to skip ahead. And I'm like, I've seen it. So I know it's happened on a timeline already concurrently with where I'm at. So what do I do first? That's my question. I come back and I'm like, I know this is all important. It all feeds in and fits together like a puzzle. Where do I start? Right? Because I feel like starting is often the hardest part. But once we get started, we have that energy, we have that passion, we have that momentum, and we're inspired, right? I find nature to be extremely inspiring. Like birds still sing when it rains. They're not Krabby Patties. They don't wake up, like I need my coffee, right? They sing every morning. They sing without fail. And it's an amazing reminder to me to always be grateful and start with gratitude and go from there. And I have found amazing answers and great inspiration from spending time in nature. And it doesn't need to be hours. Like if you want to go on an hour-long or plus walk, go for it. But you can walk through the trees. You can spend a few minutes in your backyard. Perhaps you have plants in your house that you want to spend time with and just share space with. Or maybe you're in the city and you're like, oh, that sounds amazing, Kiki, but the nearest place I can go is like an hour drive away. Create it in your mind. Like visit a magical place in your mind that you've created with trees, birds, fauna, an environment, an ecosystem that feels really calm and inviting and feels like home, and go there and ask your questions. And I like to do it midday, but I also, whatever questions I don't get answers to, I also ask again before bed, right? Because that's when our subconscious is going to work on that loop, because they love to close the loop. So, and for before bed, I like to stick to one specific question. And many times I wake up with an answer or a direction to go in that I wasn't even thinking of or wasn't even on my radar. So the trees have become a part of my content creation plan. And, I have a very specific ceremony I go into that, in my storytelling magic course that I share. And that is beautiful. And that helps unlock intuition and tap into creativity. And this was another layer to that. So if you feel connected to trees, you feel at home in nature, I would invite you to try this. So whether it's plants in your home, plants outside, trees in your backyard, or visualize it in your third eye, invite the trees to play. And if you want to connect deeply with specific trees, you want to remember, reconnect, awaken, activate this connection. Perhaps for me, I know I loved being outside and I never wanted to be inside, whether it was trees, water, anything that was outside under the sun. And then, adulting happens, college, work, studying, and then all of a sudden you're in all of these dark places, right? We have windows, but you're inside. And we weren't meant to be cooped up in these boxes with roofs on them 24/7. So getting outside creates that expansion, right? You live in a box, it's going to create that box mentally, even though might not be aware of it. You get outside, you feel the expansive nature of the sky, the expansion of the trees. Pay attention to how trees grow, not just the roots, but you'll notice they don't all grow straight. Some grow to the side, they're following the sun. The leaves and the branches spread out in different ways. So there are so many hidden messages that I've connected with, and like, maybe this isn't the way I'm meant to go, so I'm going to turn and go over here, right? Our path isn't a straight A to B. It's a hot mess. I think of the Tasmanian devil spinning all around, like all over the place. But it's so fun because you can go places and explore spaces you may not have done so before. So I am very curious. Let me know. Do you connect with trees? Have you tried this? Do you talk with trees? Do you hear them whisper to you? Do you get downloads when you are out walking by them? Have you tried to connect with their energy? Have you hugged a tree lately? Right? Hugging a tree, putting your hands on a tree, sitting with your back to the tree trunk. These are all amazing ways to start connecting, and they're great for grounding. So if you feel like you're up in your head and you want to drop down into your body, trees and nature are the way to go. Feet on the ground and really having a blast. So let me know in the comments what you think. And if you want help, I also go into the Akashic Records and help people with business decisions, marketing decisions. Did you know you have a spiritual marketing team in your records? Yep, you do. They're there to answer questions that you have, help give you guidance, and share insight of things that you've already done in multiple lifetimes. So if you want to dive in and visit your spiritual marketing team in the records, let me know. I am here to assist. And Celtic Reiki Level 1 digital course, doors open the 26th. Super excited, putting the finishing touches on my annual. And thank you for being here. Questions for the future, drop them below. A lot of new faces. Again, thank you so much for being here. We hit 700 members. I took a picture. 700 members at 7 p.m. last night. And I was like, all the sevens, I love it. So thank you again for being a part of this amazing community. I'm so excited you are here, and I look forward to learning more about you and helping you grow and make that impact and income you deserve. Until then, I see you, I support you, I love you. Get out there and embrace your magic.